Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing a Pilates flow focused on rotation. So a lot of twisting today, some side bends as well. Let's get started in a lying down position, so lying supine. You can bend your knees, hug the knees into your chest. And as you breathe here, I want you to feel the exhale breath pushing into the mat. So every time you exhale, feel a little bit of a compression, feeling the lower back press into the mat. Here we start to activate this back body breathing, really bringing awareness into it. Two more rounds of breath here. Inhale and exhale fully. Stay here. Keep the knees into your chest. Take the arms into a cactus shape. Keep the shoulder blades flat on the floor. Keep the lower back relaxed into the floor. Now keep your knees pulled into your chest as much as you can. And lower your knees towards the right elbow without letting the left shoulder lift. Good. Come back to center. Even if it's just a slight movement, that's also okay. The goal of this is just to bring awareness into the side body. Lower your knees towards the left. Keeping the right shoulder on the floor. Keeping the right shoulder on the floor. Try not to let it lift. Good. Come back to center. Right side again. This time, see if you can deepen the range. Keeping the left shoulder on the floor. See if you can reach the knees closer to the elbow. Come back to center. Good, and switch. Knees over towards your left. Right elbow stays anchored. Knees to the elbow. Good. Come back to center. And release. Place your feet on the floor. Interlace the hands behind your head. Okay, now lean the head into your hands. And when you lift the shoulder blades up in a little bit, think core contraction, so all from the core. The core is coming in, it's shortening to lift you up. Okay, let's have the hands behind the head. Lean the head into your hands. Use the core to lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Okay, stay here, feeling the core contraction coming up as high as you can. So think head back, but shoulder blades off the floor. Slowly release back down by pacing the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, until your head touches the floor. 4 more like this. Lean the head back. Tuck the chin into your chest slightly as you lift the shoulder blades high. Good, and slowly release all the way back to the floor. Last 3. Feeling the core contraction, the deep core muscles, and release. Last 2, coming all the way up. Shoulder blades a little bit higher, and release. 1 more, last one, coming all the way up. Good, stay here, and hold. From here, can you lift your heels off the floor? You feel even more core. Can you lift the shoulder blades a little bit higher? Stay here. Now legs into tabletop. Keeping the core contraction, so core coming in. Hold here. Breathing deeply, deep belly breathing. Good, and release. Feet to the floor, head to the floor, rest. Widen the feet mat width apart. Take your knees towards the right. Back to center, knees towards your left. Back to center, knees to your right. And to center, knees to your left. Good, come back to center. Bring the feet back hip width apart. Okay, coming into some rotations now. So coming back into the same position, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Good, stay lifted, stay up high. Now bring the right elbow towards the left knee. It won't touch, but this is the action we want. So rotation. And back to center. Again, right elbow to left knee. back to center. Last 3. Good. Feeling the core coming from the right side, crossing over towards the left. Good. Last 2. One more, last 1, and stay. Now stay lifted, stay twisted. Take the right hand outside the left knee and stay. Good. Hold it here. Lift up higher for 3. Lift up higher for 2. And 1. Stay here. Take the right hand behind your head. And then slowly pace the spine back down to the floor. So you should have felt that in the obliques, the right side oblique. Second side, peel the chest off the floor, shoulder blades up high. Good. So upper contraction, stay here. Now left elbow to right knee, twist. And release. So the movement may not be very big, but you should be really feeling it into the abdomen, the deep core muscles. 3. And release, last 2. Good. 1 more, last 1. And stay lifted, stay up high. Take the left hand outside the right knee. Good. Really reach the left arm forward for the rotation. For your core contraction, the upper contraction, stay here. Take the left hand behind your head and slowly release all the way to the floor. Rest. Okay, take the knees into tabletop position, lifting up out of the shoulder blades, so same position here. Hold this. We're going for crisscross, so right elbow will tap the left knee, right leg straight. And switch. Good, stay lifted, switch. Good, keep on going. 4. Last 3. 2. Keep breathing. 1 more, last 1. Hold here. Left side switch, hold. Both knees back to center. And slowly pace the spine back to the floor. Feet to the floor and rest. Good. Now take the feet about hip width apart. So there can be a fist wide distance in between the feet. Keep the feet pushing into the mat, hands by your side. Pelvic presses. We're going to start by feeling the tilt of the tailbone of the pelvis. So from here, your sit bones should be pressing into the mat. Now I want you to arch the back. So your lower back should be off the floor. Now tuck the tailbone underneath by scooping the pelvis underneath. Now the lower back should be touching the floor. No gap. Arch the back. Now there's a gap. Exhale to round. No gap. Keep on going. Inhale to arch. So little pelvic tilts here. Exhale to round. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round and stay here. So stay with the lower back pushing into the mat. Feet stay heavy. Now scoop the tailbone off the floor. Hold here. Lower the tailbone back down and rest. 2 more like this. Scoop the tailbone underneath and lift. So lower back is still on the floor, just the tailbone is off the floor. And then release. 1 more like this. Scoop and lift just a little bit. And then release to the floor, rest. Okay, adding on. Scoop the tailbone underneath, hold here. Now lift the lower back off the floor. From here, you start to feel the outer hips work. Your legs start to work. Your feet are pushing heavy into the floor. To release, your lower back touches first, then the tailbone. And then you release fully. 2 more. Scoop. Lift the tailbone off the floor. Lower back lifts off the floor. And then release. Lower back touches. And you release. 1 more time. Scoop to lift. Hold. lower, all the way back down. Okay, adding on scoop to lift. Lower back comes off the floor. Now mid back comes off the floor, so you push into your feet a little bit more. Squeeze the hips, squeeze the outer hips to lift. Rib cage stays down, but your hips lift up high. Strong in the legs, stay here. So you're not at your highest, you're probably about 80%. Hold this. Now, very slowly come back down. Mid back touches first, then the lower back, then the pelvis and tailbone. Last two, scoop and lift. So just 80% to your highest. And then release, vertebrae by vertebrae. So going slow with articulation, with awareness. Last one, tuck, scoop, and lift. Hold your 80%, stay here. And then release, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly. Okay, rest. Now 3 rounds, full pelvic press. Scoop the tailbone underneath and lift. So think passing through each segment, lower back, mid back, upper back. You hold at your highest, rib cage comes in, soften the rib cage, squeeze the glutes, lifting up as high as you can. Higher and higher to your highest, 100%. And then really slowly release. Upper back, mid back, lower back, tailbone. Good, last 2, scoop and come up. Good, think of sliding the tailbone all the way towards your knees. So it goes that way, all the way forward. Good, slowly tuck, releasing all the way back down. One more time, scoop to lift. And then slowly pacing the spine back down to rest. Bend the knees, hug the knees into your chest, very nice. Okay, come all the way up. Come onto your knees. We're going to go for some side bends. Okay, in this position, let's take the right leg out to the right side. So your heel is in line with the left knee. From here, interlace the hands behind your head. Now, with all of the pelvic presses, think of scooping the tailbone underneath, hips come forward. Ribcage softens, ribcage comes in. From here, bring the left elbow towards the left side. Side bend towards the left. Lengthen the right side and come back up. So we lead from the hips. So to come down, the armpit comes down first, and you see this part bend in segments. So same segments as just now. To come back up, you start from the pelvis, coming all the way back up here. To come down, we start from the top. Keep on going. To come back up from the bottom. The bottom comes up first. This requires so much awareness. One more time. Tilt. And then to come back up, hips come first. Very good. Switching sides. Right knee to the floor, left leg comes out. Make sure your heel is in line with the knee. Hips forward, ribcage softens. Hands behind the head. Good. Now to come down, elbow leads. Armpit bends first. Sideways bends as you articulate all the way down to the pelvis. To come up, pelvis comes up first. Then the armpit, then the shoulder. Let's go 3 more times. A lot of awareness here. As you side bend, feeling the length in the left side body. Coming back all the way up. Very good. Last 2. And back up. One more. And all the way up. Okay, very good. Switch first side again. This time your arms are going to be in an L shape. So the knee that's bent, that hand will come into parallel. The other hand reaches up. From here, same articulation. Lead from the shoulder as you bend the body all the way down to the floor. Stretch the right arm up over your head and lengthen the right side body. Then to release, standing upon your fingertips, the side waist will lift up first, bringing you back to center. 2 more. Articulation, lead from the shoulder as you come down. Right arm comes up and over, stretch. And come back up. Good, last one. Really reach and lengthen, breathing deeply. And back to center. Good, release the arms and switch. Arms come out into a L shape. Right side 3 times. Good, so from the armpit first. Then to the pelvis. Stretch and lengthen. And then coming back up. Very good, keep going. Bend and lengthen. So feeling it into the obliques over here. One more time. Stretch and lengthen, reach up tall. Come back to center. Okay, release the arms and rest. Very good. Sitting in a cross-legged position. Legs straight, facing the long edge of your mat. Let's take the hands to hold your shoulders, so you cross the arms, sitting up tall. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, round the chin into your chest, soften the ribcage as you stretch the body forward. So we want to round the lower back in this spine stretch. Slowly suck the spine back up, sitting up tall. 2 more, chin into your chest, soften the ribcage. Stretch forward. And come back up to stand. One more time, chin to your chest, round in. Okay. Stay rounded here. Now release the hands to stretch straight out in front of you. Reach the arms beyond your toes. Can you come down a little bit deeper? And slowly pace the spine back up. Good. Arms down by your side. Cross the legs, cross-leg position. Take the arms up over your head. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, release. Last 2. Inhale. And exhale, release. One more, last one. Inhale all the way up, full lungs. And exhale, release. That is it for today. Thank you for joining me on the mat.